What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition of Fully Try. We'll go with just podcast tonight. It's me, AY, coming from the
Not
beautiful
full-time football.
state capital, the blue state of the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. Welcome back. This is March. To my east. No, we'll go to my west. We'll go to my west. It's been a while. Danberg, what's up?
Thankfully, the iron was unkind in Dayton last night. Does not appear to be unkind to the. What are they again? Are they the Monarchs of Fairleigh Dickinson?
Something medieval, maybe the Knights.
Knights. I think
It might be the Knights. Yeah,
I think it's
it might
Knights. I think it's Knights.
That's how much I've watched of this game. Yep, it is the Knights. Correct.
Kniggets.
Yeah, Pitt.
Other than that, battling some hiccups, so we'll see how that goes.
H2P last night, moving on to the round 64 against the Cyclones. Can, to my east, what's up?
It's been blustery the last couple of days, but I think warm weather on the horizon. March Madness always signaling the turn of the season. Winter sports over, and we should have warm weather on the horizon. Looking very much forward to it.
Yeah. The Ides of March today.
Mm-hmm. Pi Day yesterday.
Popularized by Caesar, modernized by my mother's day of birth.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, CY.
I don't know, 60 something. I don't even know at this point.
Popularized by the Ides of Sarktober as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Almost that symmetry with the September, but close enough. But tonight, this is March, like we alluded to, March Madness. We're gonna go through our brackets quickly because actually, I'm usually the holdup, but I haven't filled out, so we're good.
We're good.
And sneak in some Oscar stuff. We can. Do you want to do that now, quick, Cam, before we push?
We could. We can do it now.
Let's do it now. We'll save the meat for a few minutes. Oscars, obviously, everything, everywhere, all at once. Ran a train. All Quiet on the Western Front.
I watched that one too. That's
solid
another
night.
one I watched. Wow.
They threw some bones to, your Top Gun, your Avatar for the categories that they really sought out: the editing and the sound, song, as we discussed off pod. Not to.
For Triple R.
Triple R.
Do we know if it's Triple R or RRR?
RRR.
It is RRR.
The three R's.
RRR.
Rise, Revolt, and
Roar.
Roar? Yeah, maybe it's Roar. Yeah.
It might
Rise,
be.
Revolt, Roar.
I think it. I forget what it is. It
I
is.
just had the Wikipedia up. Let's see here.
But I mean, outside of that,
Well, you know that you saw probably that it was dubbed into Hindi.
when I
It's
watched
in another
it,
language originally.
I paused it in the first 15 minutes probably 5 times trying to figure out how to get it
Synced up?
synced up, and then online told me
Yes.
distribution rights was an issue.
Yeah.
Find it again?
Luckily for me, I had an Indian person with me watching that explained some of these intricacies.
So I'm seeing a RRR is something in a different language, but it also, as Ken said, Rise, Roar, Revolt. In
Rise,
Hindi.
Roar, Revolt.
But apparently the translation from the other language is Rage, War, Blood.
Whoa.
Intense.
Definitely.
I'll go with your judgment. I'll go with both of your judgments on that one. I will not be taking that in. What? Good job, those.
There is a large portion of English in there.
Oh, it says all. Usually, it says on the Wikipedia language, it says Telugu.
Telugu, yes, but there's a lot of English in there.
Yeah,
Should I edit the Wikipedia page right now to say Telugu and English?
I mean, it does revolve. A lot of it does take place in the homeland of the British Empire. Yeah, the king is a cock.
3 hours though. I don't know.
Queen sucks.
3 hours is very long. Yeah, but yeah, it is British English. takes place in colonial India, so a lot of English going on.
I want to say it was 1920.
1920. Yep.
Yeah.
1920, yep.
That was the Banshees of Inisherin's 1920s as well. So a big year for the Roaring Twenties. I think Babylon as well.
I did not watch that one.
I know that's a long one. I didn't get to that yet.
What was your winner? It was everywhere.
I thought you said Banshees. I thought you said Banshees.
Banshees. I made the claim to somewhere. I think it was Roth and Dan maybe.
Oh yeah.
Banshees is my number one since Parasite.
Wow.
I put it up there. I
High
love
praise.
that. Loved it. That's high praise. Yes.
So the pandemic winner then for you.
Yeah. Since COVID. Yeah.
What was it after that? Nomad.
Nomadland won.
Nomad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Nomad Land, and then I don't remember last year already.
Last year was Coda.
Coder. That's right.
Watch Coder.
Yeah.
The Coder.
Everything.
Dak.
End of the year list. I want to say Everything Everywhere All at Once ended. I'm at 70 for 2022. I want to say it was 14th.
Okay.
You're
disagreeing with the experts. He's
15th.
You could have swung the. You could have swung the vote.
No, that's not bad. I enjoyed it. As far as I think it was well deserved. I know they can manipulate it if they want to, but if you're going to give that film 7 wins, which is fine, but you can mix up some other ones. Like you can throw original screenplay. I thought if you're going to give it everything all at once, that's fine, but don't give it everything else and director and best picture. You could have gave Banshees original screenplay, which I thought was equally as creative and innovative. It's much simpler, obviously, and you could have given director. You could have given that elsewhere as well. Just maybe spread the love a little bit. That was my only real issue. I mean, it's a deserving winner. It was awesome. Just wasn't a home run for me. It was more like maybe a triple or getting thrown out at home. Like, it's a really good movie. Like
You're inside the park.
Like really good movie. And how they brought back every single award being televised got a little annoying. Sorry, like no offense. Like what you like costume design, I get it. It's a big part, but I don't need to hear 4.5 minutes on some propaganda. I'm not saying it was, but a lot of those things just went off the rails. And I love you, Mom.
Yep.
But good for them. I don't know if you guys watched it. Kimmel was fine.
Yeah, I watched probably the last hour and a half or so, maybe almost close to 2 hours of it. I just didn't have many thoughts on it this year. Nobody was in breach. Seemed to be in breach of my my one policy that I'd like to see them change. Can't enter for best foreign picture and best picture. Shit or get off the pot.
I thought, as the night was going on, I thought All Quiet on the Western Front has a shot here. It was taking score. It took. It might take costume, I think, and it took international. Yeah. And I was like, well, maybe it'll double up here because it was winning a lot. But solid night. I guess if I had 2 issues, it would be 2 other issues. After Sun is the best movie that no one probably heard of.
Never heard of it.
I heard of it at the Oscars.
Yeah, because Paul Mescal, not to be confused with The Last of Us.
Pedro Pascal.
So Paul Mescal, not sure. He's a Scottish fella. He's the lead in After Sun. And that movie is incredible. That finished number 2 for me this year. So I was stoked to see him at least get nominated, at least give that movie something. And Decision to Leave, a South Korean movie, I think, Park Dream Walk. how that was not nominated for an international feature.
Where'd you watch that? I'll put it on the list.
That was on Mubi. MUBI. That's an elusive one. They I got a 30-day free trial through the Film Stage, the website.
Interesting.
Maybe it'll be distributed elsewhere shortly.
What's it called?
I would think you'd see it pop up.
Decision to Leave.
Uh-huh.
South Korean.
So you're saying you think it should have
detective
won?
fiction. I think this Decision to Leave should at least been nominated for international.
But it did get. What did it get?
Didn't get anything. It's just kind of lost.
Oh, what? I thought I just saw. Okay.
But
Carry on,
After
sorry.
Sun, I felt like should have. I just want people to know After Sun, I guess. It's not that.
We know your name now after Sun.
No real issues. I mean,
You sure know your name now.
it's taste. Some you like, some you don't. It's fine.
I recognize some of these actors in here.
Yeah, if you see Decision to Leave somewhere, check it out.
I will.
Yeah. I mean, obviously EO nominated for international. So that follows a donkey around through its life. Great. No love for the cannibal movies this year. You're fresh. Your Bones and All. Chalamet.
Ugh.
No real horror.
Tar. Where are you on Tar?
Tar's number 2 power ranked of the best pictures. I think it's like 6 overall. Big Blanchett fan, obviously, and the more after watching that, like, you read into it, you see some things. I think the cooler it got with the very low key psychological horror movie,
Mm-hmm.
like a glaze of that over top of, I guess you can call it kind of a cancel movie, but it's kind of a drama. You see her just kind of unravel.
Yeah, she was going crazy.
She's probably the world's most conservative lesbian too. She's just freaking ruthless.
She's great.
Oh, fantastic!
That Juilliard scene's probably my favorite scene I've seen this year.
So she's a conductor, huh?
She's a conductor.
Yes.
She is the David.
I mean, was she kind of like a
She's the
conductor
David.
because she was
She's
ripping
the
off
David.
J.K. Simmons?
Yep.
Yeah.
In that vein.
I've seen it. This is like Avatar.
Well, it's
with
different.
dance
I've
moves.
heard many analysis around this and Whiplash. It's very different.
Both awesome movies.
Sounds same ballpark.
In that there is music, yes.
And yeah, her dominant lead. Well,
I'm just happy that they came out with the movie called Tar a couple of years after we started referring to Utah as Tar.
And we have a Tar State.
Tar State is getting ready. No, they're not getting ready. Nevada's getting ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tar State is at some point this week.
They are playing not Miami. They're playing.
they play tomorrow
Mizzou.
against Mizzou, 140 TNT.
Oh wow!
Not
Early
tomorrow.
tip. Body clocks.
Oh wait, it is tomorrow. Holy smokes! You guys have any other final thoughts on that?
No.
No. Yeah, I
just
enjoyed it. It was a weird watch because I for at least a few years there I was trying to watch everything, so it was just weird seeing what happened without any real opinions.
I do need
It
to
sure
see-
beat watching the U.S. almost get mercy rolled by Mexico at the same time.
Yeah, that did. 9-0 at one point. I need to see Avatar. I cancel that.
I did see Avatar.
That's the one.
The other Tar.
One of the 10 best picture noms that I'm missing. So I will see that at some point. It's not really in a rush to release James Cameron.
He was not in a rush to release this movie either.
If you've seen Dances with Wolves, you've seen Avatar. That's my thank you.
There you have it.
There you have it.
All right, let's go on. This is March. This is what we came here to plow through. It's an exciting time.
Yes.
Amazing. Conference tournament season's behind us. Last 2 years I came on here, talking a big game, having been the runner-up. Let's not talk about this year. It was awfully chalky, as you saw, which does not bode well for my conference tournament brackets. So we'll regroup for next year, but we're already fired up about some of these mid-majors. We got some live dogs here in the high seed line, so let's see if we can agree on it.
The worm has to turn. It can't just go through conference tournaments and NCAA tournament.
I don't know.
My bracket would also suggest otherwise.
All right, let's go. Your number one overall seed in the South. We're gonna go left side and then right side. Just easy to follow along here. South, Bama taking on Corpus Christi. Okay. The next one, Maryland, West Virginia.
I'm going Big Ten pride here. I don't know what to make of Huggy. He's come on here at the end. It's been pretty good. Maryland, strong throughout the year. A little bit of a swoon here at the end, but I'll go with Maryland here. This is a coin flip. I'm going Maryland here.
I'm going to preface this entire preview by saying this is the last chance for the Big Ten for me. Otherwise, I will come on here every year to follow that we do this and say, you only get this many teams in because you have the biggest TV audience. Because if they continue to shat themselves year after year after year, and I'm lumping Tennessee into that too.
They're a big jambalaya of mediocrity in the Big Ten.
That being said,
nobody's good this year.
I am picking West Virginia in this game. Should be entertaining. Should be a cracker. First game of the tournament. Well, yeah, first game of the tournament.
First game of the 64. We'll say it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I did not expect both of you, to say something along those lines. So I will just get this off my chest because it's been in my mind. We agree. What Kent said. Sorry, Hergen. Big Ten's not good. There's a bunch of solid teams, but I just go back to that final day with Northwestern Rutgers, where the implications of one game through the whole conference slate for Northwestern could result them in a 2 seed or a 9 seed in the conference.
What about Pitt's 1 seed or 5 seed?
ACC not good either, but the Big Ten.
No, nobody's saying that.
But then you saw what happened last year, right, with the ACC. You never know come tournament time.
I agree, but
yeah, I won't hear
on each other.
The ACC doesn't get three teams into the Elite Eight again.
Yeah.
After getting dumped on the entire year.
I just don't see it with the Big Ten. A lot of teams, sure, they could win a game or two, but
yeah, I don't think many of them are making it past.
This is years and years and years of this though. This is we're 21 years, and I think there's been some years where I've been, oh yeah, I really like these teams. Half dozen even, and then they just
they'll lose. You'll
Iowa
have the Illini,
Oregon.
you'll have Ohio State out bounced early. All of them get bounced early when they're 2-1 seeds.
And I've just had it. This is it. This is final warning.
This is the final warning. I feel like you should have kicked them to the curb a couple years ago.
No, because I generally like it. I like that there's the
That's the Pittsburgh in you. That's the Midwest.
Yeah.
That's
it's the old Big East. It's the old Big East to me. Because the Big East was the same. Old Big East was the same way. I like that deep, 10, 11 formidable teams deep. But I'm telling you, if this is like maybe one team in the Sweet 16 or something like that, like it could shake out that way.
I think it is going to shake out that way. I don't think very many are making
I'll be done
the first weekend. I'll tell you that much.
Oh gosh! Now that I'm looking at this, I have no Big Ten teams in the Sweet 16.
I'll tell you, Penn State will be the one that'll prove you all wrong. They'll make it to the Sweet 16.
Highly possible.
We'll see.
Not highly. I wouldn't say highly.
So
Maybe
I guess
entirely. I said entirely.
Entirely. Okay.
So now that we did preface that with our Big Ten
bias against.
We'll call it a pep talk. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That was the Lou Holtz pep talk.
Yep.
Eat a steak.
I am going with West Virginia here. I guess we'll start prefacing everything here too, with metrics, sauce, numbers, whatever you want to call it. I'm dating everything again. Back a few weeks, we're using an arbitrary date of February 25th. It's about 3 weeks ago.
That's fair.
We'll go a little longer, but we got like 5-6 game samples here for most teams. I want more recent form, so it's just that's my thing. That's what we're going with, and yeah, WU. I picked them over Kansas a week ago, so I'm not. Why would I stop now against Maryland?
All right.
That spread in the Kansas game a week ago, the Big 12 tournament was 3.
I was just gonna, yeah.
They were catching 3, and now here they're laying 2.5 to a Maryland team who is different away from College Park. So yeah, give me Huggy. SDSU Charleston, fun one here. 2 completely different paces. Snail versus fast. San Diego State for me. All the metrics have them very, very highly.
I don't know. Their offense is not good. I've seen enough of Virginia's, even with Vanderplaus out. I think their defense will still be able to shut San Diego State down. This game's going to be, 40-45. I'll take part of the champion, Kihei Clark, to pull it out against the Aztec Nations. But I skipped. I'm sorry. I realized I skipped.
Yeah, I have no.
I'm taking this Aztec Nations and Virginia making it past this first round.
I as well.
Yeah,
it feels like I watched Furman one team a long time ago.
Yeah,
because they had the SoCon. Is that Tuesday?
Yep, they beat the Chats and Penn State strike the schedule right there. So pains me to say, but we don't need it anymore. Furman, you're good to lose. You're good to lose now. Don't need you winning anymore.
Yeah, Charleston. Look, they won the Colonial. Hofstra won the.
They're a nice team. They're a nice
Hofstra
team.
won the regular season there, which so Hofstra did last night. The Big Ten Girls. And yeah, Charleston down versus Towson. Somebody there came back and won. But San Diego State, I think they just clamped down. And the Virginia Furman game, we've seen this before. You know, it's always so trendy to pick against Virginia. And guess what? I'm doing it again. So I got Furman. This team is old, senior-laden, 5 or 6 seniors. And the revenge tour from last year's Jean-Baptiste runner.
That's right. Nuga,
yeah. So I think this was, if I had to pick a team I was rooting for in the conference tournament season, it was probably Furman.
The Dins.
So I was pleased to see them make it through, and they're going to win a game. I think they're going to beat. They're going to beat the Who's.
Oh, okay.
We down the bottom have Creighton, NC State, and Baylor, UC Santa Barbara.
I'm not impressed with what I've seen at NC State. Obviously, they made it in there a little ahead of Pitt. Creighton, I think they've had some people out for most of the year. You've heard these talking points throughout the last couple of days. I like the way that they're made up. I think they're pretty good. So I got them taking care of business here. If they weren't playing Baylor here in the next round, I'd probably have them moving on against a lot of teams to the Sweet 16. A little foreshadowing.
Yeah, I'm going Creighton.
None of them are forced. None of them are
Can't
forced.
love the current form of the pack.
No.
So we're all on Creighton.
Yeah.
All right.
As this Adobe pops up on my screen.
He's got the PDFs on. He's got the PDF on.
Yeah, I'm on Creighton. If there's one thing, well, there's a few things, but one of the few things I'm a sucker for is preseason expectations and sort of a flip the switch, regain the form. And remember, Creighton was a top 10 preseason team. I just think we can get back to it. NC State, okay, you have good guards, but I heard few different people make the case of Clemson over NC State getting in, a blowout city 3 times. So yeah, it could be NC State could play the Ole Miss baseball card from last year. Hey, we're last team in. Look, we go and win the thing. They're not gonna do that. Baylor Santa Barbara. Look, Baylor's defense is troubling. The metrics have this thing bad. It's not good. They can't protect the rim. Santa Barbara gets the rim a lot. Santa Barbara covers. Baylor wins. Spreads 10.5. I got number at 6. The Big West was awesome this year with Irvine and Fullerton. Hawaii was fine. But yeah, Creighton and Baylor moving on.
Same here.
And one other note: NC State in this number ranking, 124. Just for reference, Princeton 86. So yeah, the nerds don't like the Wolfpack. Missouri, Utah State, or Tar State. Arizona, Princeton.
I'm going Tar State here.
Me too. Look at that.
That's a clean sweep. I got Tar State minus 10.
Whoa.
If you ask me the top rated team in this region, per the nerds, Tar State.
And that's come down. What didn't they open 2.5, 3-point favorites? I'm seeing Tar State -1 now. Body clocks.
Body clocks could be an issue.
So that's in Sacramento. That's a 10:40 kick or 10:40 tip.
No, 140. You're 10:40 a.m. Oh wait,
Local,
yeah, you're
right?
right. You're right.
What? How often does that happen?
Holy
What?
smokes, I didn't even notice that.
That's nuts.
1:40 p.m. But in Sacramento, 10:40.
Get the calculator out for that. Where's the? How does daylight savings time factor into this? No, yeah, that's wild.
It is wild. Oh, we didn't
Nice,
mention.
but never they'll be used to it. Tar State.
San Diego State is playing in Orlando in a noon tip too.
Something to keep in mind for Charles.
Oh, and there was.
Bear in mind.
NC State was a little worried about travel games to Denver. But yeah, I got Tar State by 10, so I'm obviously taking them. Zona -8 against this Princeton team. Look, I follow Zona a lot just because
That's your number, correct?
Yeah, my number. Yeah, so I'm seeing the value there on Princeton. I follow Zona a lot because of that idiot.
The friend of yours.
But I'm just like not super impressed with this team.
They're a weird team because they're bigger and better than so many teams, but they just have the propensity every 3 games to absolutely lay an egg.
Yeah, and Dan's boys kind of hurt.
Oh my God! Spare me that's the excuse.
But I got Zona and Tar State. Zona and Tar State moving on.
Yep, we got that.
All right, go through your. Let's go through our South. I got that Zona or Tar State game. Tar State 6th overall in my numbers, which I don't want to take too far. Zona is 18. I love Tar State. I'll take them to cover that game. I'm going Zona. Creighton, Baylor. Going Creighton. Baylor's defense just worries me way too much, and they're way too dependent on the 3 ball. San Diego State, Furman. I think San Diego State clamps down. And West Virginia, Alabama. This is just completely personal bias. I just don't want this Alabama team to succeed. I think based on the murkiness, I know you could show me some things that said it settled, but just the way Nate Oates has handled all this,
My cousin Vinny.
I just want them gone. So give me Huggins and a rough and rowdy street brawl, if you must.
That'd be what? But that'd be nuts.
That would be. I do acknowledge Alabama is very, very good. They're very good, but let's get rid of them. So I got San Diego State moving on over WU. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, well, the Mountain West hasn't won a tournament game in like 9 years," and
I was thinking that.
You got Tar State and San Diego State. Yeah, well, guess what, Sally?
I feel like we're all suckers.
Well, they got Boise, right? They got Boise too.
Spoiler: I got Boise winning the game. I'm Mountain West.
Oh my gosh! Something's got to give in these.
Something's got to give.
Southwest Big Ten matchup.
And I did say how much Zona is annoying. And then over Creighton, and I keep Chelsea in the background here, just going at it.
Here.
And I've Zona in the Final Four.
She's blending in.
Yeah, she's blending in. So Zona over San Diego State. Look, I don't think Zona's very good, but I think I have them in the Final Four.
Wow.
Rants will be happy. I've got Bama here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't wait for this 40-45 game on Saturday. I think it's Saturday or Sunday, whenever the San Diego State, the Ass Technician, and the Who's game is. I got the Zenith pulling that out. Like I said, it'll be all-time gross. Can't wait for that. I've got Baylor defeating Zona here. I do think they have what it takes, Stella, with Chama Chachua and Flo Thamba to at least bother some of that Arizona size. And I've got confidence in Flagler, Keontae George, those guys. I think they've had some time to rest a little bit. I know Keontae was a little banged up towards the end of the season. Hopefully they'll be back to their normal selves, what they look like for a large part of that conference slate. I think I like Baylor here to advance to play Alabama in the regional finals here. And I've got Alabama pulling through. I like Alabama a lot this year. Not like you said. For other reasons, just on the court.
Can is actually the one who printed the killing our way through the so I've got Bama advancing over West Virginia, Virginia over San Diego State. I like the Creighton pick, so we have something has got to give amongst the three of us in that matchup against Creighton. Then Zona over Creighton and Tar State. Bama over Zona. Bama into my Final Four, and wow, what a circus that'll be.
Yeah, Bama, number 7 in this recent run. So I want to say they're number 2 for the season. So yeah, they are. They have been great, and they're playing great. So no reason to think they stop now. Zona for the season, 11, and Baylor number 14. So, all right, moving on to the South. Purdue over FDU. Big Ten gets one here. Like this next game, top 3 game of the tournament for me. Memphis, FAU. I'm so torn here. The spread is 2, 1.5, 2 Memphis. My numbers come to 2 Memphis. Look, we know Kendrick Davis from Memphis is amazing, but the Florida Atlantic, the 4-guard trio, with Wool inside, they just ran through this Conference USA, which I think is pretty solid. North Texas still faded. UAB with Jelly Walker has been awesome. I think CUSA was fairly nice. And to top it all off, Memphis number 3, FAU number 8.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Like, why couldn't these guys be separated?
A lot of good matches.
That FAU has beat every team on their schedule except Ole Miss. That is fantastic. I can't get that thought out of my head with FAU.
That is fantastic. I'm going Memphis here. It's cool. I'm going Memphis. It's just a little safer, I think. Look, I hope FAU. Hope this game is awesome. I do. Hope it's awesome. I guess I'll give the SOS respect bump to Memphis.
Yep. Saw some gripage about this matchup, but it is what it is. Welcome to the even 20th century when it comes to griping about seeding and matchups. So I've got Purdue over the Knights and Memphis as well over the Owls.
I got Penny here. I think he's done a good job here. He's finally made his way past the last couple of years where people say he can't coach or whatnot.
I don't know that they can still, but it's working. Whatever
I
he's got going.
I think he's done a nice job this year with the team he's got. I like Kendrick Davis a lot. So, yeah, I've got them making it past there. I think they've got too much talent. I've got Purdue as well.
Something I love, too, Memphis top 26 in offensive and defensive efficiency. That's a good recipe right there. That's good, yeah. Sorry, are we down to Duke, Oral, Roberts?
The moment everyone's
been waiting for. What is this line at now? Has it gone down to 6?
What is the line?
Has it gone down to 5.5?
This afternoon, I tracked it to 6.5.
6.5.
That's what it was the other day when I saw
Yes.
6. Yeah, 6.5. Yep.
We know Dan, for a fleeting moment or two, was attacking his Oral Roberts team.
I finally took a stand against them. It netted me negative a little bit. Here's the thing. The originals.
Here's the situation.
Once upon a time, I put a blog post up highlighting my least favorite players in the final rankings. Connor Vanover is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
In the top criterion I'm looking for is if that person didn't have just 7 feet 5 inches of body, they would not be playing Division I basketball. He is the poster child for that. I cannot stand him. Respect for the Asmus and what he's done in his career. I hope Duke wins this game by 40 points. But that being said, I will not in any way. I mean, I'll pick Duke in my bracket, but in no other way will I financially get involved in this because it only would end poorly in all likelihood. Because it is a rat line to end all rat lines that they are only giving 6 points or 6.5 points. This is a team that, I mean, I don't know how many people I've been paying attention to this week. I'm sure multiple people have picked Duke to win it all, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you like them. Right? Do you like them? I like them.
Yeah, I think they're good. I do have a
good
twist.
also. It's just this team they're matching up against in the next round. I don't know. Not the Tennessee, the round after that.
Oh.
Duke comes in at number 4 overall.
Duke does.
In these, just
because they've got size, they've got good guard play.
Numbers are
just pretty good. Roach is pretty good.
Last 3 weeks ranking, Duke number 4 overall.
Filipowski is awesome.
Heavily aided by playing Pitt and beating him by a bajillion points.
Yeah. I think
they've been beating everybody.
I think this Duke run is a little faux. The French word got X in it.
Is it helped by how ass the ACC is?
Could be. Miami's performance in this tournament is going to go along. I'll just say that.
The real Larry.
The Miami win in tournament, I think, as the asterisks of Amari going out the first 3 minutes. He beat Virginia in the final. Okay. The Pitt win was impressive. Yeah, the Carolina game at Carolina was just equally gross on both sides.
Yeah.
NC State struggled with at home. They won. Beat Vodtech. You beat Louisville. Good job. You beat Notre Dame by 4. Before that, so ever since they had the bad call loss at Virginia, the OT,
right,
which was a bad call, they haven't lost. Before they got dumped up on Miami. So I mean, while they haven't lost, they just haven't done really anything for me. But I do acknowledge that their defense has been awesome. Maybe adjusted for efficiency. I don't care. I'm an American who doesn't like Duke, so therefore by default, I'm taking Oral Roberts.
There we go.
This is just not one part of me ever wants to see Duke win.
I'm taking Duke.
My numbers come to 6, so kind of in
Right on
line
the
here with
nose.
the
Wow.
kind of in line here with the sneakiness. Look, Aces and Vanover are nice. I mean, let's
We'll see
do
what
it.
happens. That is prime. Can will be on his way to the train.
Oh yeah. I'm taking Duke here as well, or not as well, in opposition of AY.
Yep. Did anybody taking the Raging Cajuns?
I know people that have bet them. I'm not taking them here.
Number 11 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Tennessee -4.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Grant jumped on to +14 when it just came out. When it first came out.
Look, if you go through my text with the Roadman, he was talking up. I love UCLA this year. This was a few weeks ago. Let's go in on them. Okay, I like them too. Well, what do you think about Tennessee? I really like Tennessee this year. Oh, I don't know. And then 2 days later, ZZ Top gets hurt, out for the year. So is Ziggy's in here?
Zakai.
Zakai Zagler, yeah.
Zakai.
He's out for the year, so
Yeah.
my Tennessee love is gone.
Yep.
That being
They've
said-
been moves, yeah.
That being said, this team is still awesome in the front court at the rim on defense.
They've got a guy that looks like Farva out there. He's sweet.
They're still awesome at defense.
Key. You've seen this guy before, Key? You know
No,
what I'm talking about?
No, I mean I know his name, but I don't watch a lot of games. I just look at the name on the screen. Louisiana was second.
Can I drop this in
year.
the chat? Is there any way for me to drop it in the chat? It doesn't look like it's letting me drop it in the chat. I'm presenting my screen. Look at this guy.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's let me do the.
Is it working?
It is sharing.
There we go.
Look at this guy.
I like
Looks
it.
like-
It looks like a young Lorenzo Roma.
He looks like
Boy.
Farva.
Now he does, yeah.
Look at this guy. Tyreek Key. Farva. Look at this Farva.
Oh yeah, Officer Rod
There it
Farmer. There he is.
Yep.
Leader of Cola.
Leader of Cola.
Good job. Good sleuthing.
Yeah, look, so Tennessee not going at all, but I think I was too down on them, and number here that stands out, Louisiana Lafayette, Louisiana, over 300 in turnover on offense rate. Not be able to handle this defensive pressure. Tennessee, I know the AYT says to take Cajuns. I still might 11.5. You never know. This is March. But yeah, Vols move on here, and they're not going to just roll over.
They won't. I think it'll be good competition here throughout. But yeah, I think they'll get past Louisiana. I think Duke will take care of business there, and I think we'll get a rematch of an earlier season game in Duke Purdue.
All right, let's get down to the bottom half here.
Yeah.
Then you're going Tennessee as well.
Yes. This is
All
the
right.
last time for them. If they lose this game, or even if they lose to Duke and they get beat by 25, I'll be pissed. I'll probably swear them
Yeah.
off.
I still kind of sour from last year's lost to Michigan. I thought they were really good.
Oh gosh.
The next pot, Kentucky Providence, K-State, Montana State, Kentucky Providence. They had Cooley Snow, probably top pick for that game. The Kentucky, which one are we going to get? The one that lost to South Carolina and Vandy recently, or the one that can be Alabama? I don't know. Who's going to be? This is the one. Kentucky -4, Vegas my little sheet here, minus 6 freaking teams.
Wow.
So I guess I'm back in the Cats and Calipari.
Yeah, I'm taking them as well. Not neither team coming in blazing.
Yeah. I've got Kentucky here taking care of Cooley with all the outside noise. He may be whisked off to DC on the same train that I am, that Northeast corridor down from Boston to DC. I got the other Cats taking care of business with Montana State. Is it Montana State? It is Montana State, right? Oh no, it's Montana. Montana.
No, Montana State, the Bobcats.
It is Montana State.
Yep, State.
Montana State. So I got the battle for the one true Wildcats here in the round.
Once again, this is the third time they've met. If it comes to fruition, in probably about a decade, I'd say. It's interesting. Yep, I've got the same thing, and then
I've got Sparty and Shaka making it through. So I'm showing some Big Ten pride.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to piss off Bebo, but I got the Bobcats taking on the Wildcats.
Oh,
Like this Montana State team last year was my kryptonite. I went against them so many freaking times. And I took one last stand in the Big Sky tournament, and they blew my doors off with every game. I remember Sacramento State I went out with, Montana I went out with Weber State. No, they kept crushing me. And they added great interior piece here, I forget his name, and ended up being the Big Sky defensive player of the year.
I'm going to get my charger. I'll be right back. Keep going.
This team is really good on defense. And K-State turns it over at 321st in the country. I think the line's 8.5. K-State 8.5. I got 4. Screw it, spinning the money line. I know this. I know I got dump trucked last year by Texas Tech badly, but this defensive scheme is different. So give me Montana State. K-State away from home. Much different team. Let's take Maryland. And then the bottom half, the whole Izzo March thing, that was fun 9 years ago. I'm over it. Give me USC for sure. That game's a pick to me. Smidge value.
I think that's Sparty by 2 or so.
Yep. Yeah, smidge there. And Marquette, Vermont. Look, I mean, Anthony Lamb's not walking through the door. I know that joke's been made, but
I did not know who that was when I saw him, and then I realized it's the guy that looks just like James Michael McAdoo out there.
no, he does.
The NBA. I was watching an NBA game the other day.
I know he got signed to it. My Cimrelli sent me
I think he's on the Lakers now.
a screenshot one day. Lamb got picked up on a 10-day contract a month ago. He was a
Good job, Tony.
Yeah, I think UVM might come here and Marquette's smoking hot. But Marquette, I have 10th. Vermont, I want to get behind them, but they're 80th. They're kind of just the one the American East. What they do. But yeah.
Knocked off by Binghamton again, handily. That was another net negative. No, that was net neutral.
Dan, who do you got in the Sparty USC game?
Yeah, I went Sparty. Don't feel great about it.
You just love you some Izzo.
I love the Big Ten. I get everybody on last call. Tennessee and the Big Ten, and probably already the Mountain West. Of course, to the surprise of not many, 13-3 early in the final first 4 game.
This is one where Mr. Mountain West here would fade Mountain West. I don't think Nevada should not have been in this tournament. So yeah, just prop up that number one more for the winless game streak, so we can come back blazing. Ken, you did leak your top half one. Why don't you finish this off here?
Yep. So I have Purdue taking on Duke and winning in another rematch there. I've got the Cats from Manhattan taking down the Cats from Kentucky and going up against Shaka. and I've got my Cats making it past Shaka as well. I've got my Cats against Purdue and Painter in the battle for the trip to Houston.
Clubber Tang.
Clubber Tang, and I will go with Edie carrying the banner for Asians across the globe here. Yao Ming, number 2, advancing to Houston.
Who's going to Houston?
I've got Edie, the Ziti, Baked Ziti, Baked Ziti.
Big ZD.
Little Big Ten action.
Yep.
Yeah, I do have Purdue getting by Memphis, but then Duke over Tennessee. Excuse me. Kentucky in the Battle of the Cats. Marquette over Sparty. Could be a tricky game there. Sorry, hiccups are back. Duke over Purdue. Marquette over Kentucky. And Duke into the Final Four. Always repping. Fun region. Many possibilities. Really stared long and hard at Tennessee, honestly, taking them out. But as we previously mentioned with Ziegler out, don't feel nearly as good about that flyer.
Where we at here? Oh yeah. So I got Memphis, Purdue. I got Memphis moving on. The only a few things worried me here, but the main thing is Memphis's defensive rebounding numbers versus Purdue's offensive rebounding numbers. Big weakness for the Tigers, big strength for the Boilers. So maybe I don't know, DeAndre Williams can push around Edie. I don't know. It won't be easy, but I got Memphis moving on. Or Tennessee. Tennessee. A team, look, if they got a more dangerous 13, I would write them off. But I think I'd do that with a few teams too early. Just last year, mainly Iowa State. This team sucks. Next thing I know, they're in the Sweet 16. So that's Tennessee this year. They don't suck. They play great defense, but they're not full strength. Kentucky, Montana State, Kentucky, USC, Marquette. Marquette, Tyler Kolek, awesome player. This Marquette team, I hope they stay together because they all can come back next year. They all probably should. That'd be sick. Shocker. Did your numbers on Shocker, though? As a dog, awesome. As a favorite, especially at double digits, 40% against the number. So I do think he needs to not sweat the Vermont game, but closer. USC, I got. We'll see. Kentucky Marquette. I think he'll be able to trick his guys into saying there's a dog that game. Memphis versus Tennessee in the top half. Fun one there. Penny and Co. moves on. So we got Memphis, Marquette in the regional final. And Marquette is number 10 for me. Memphis is number 3. Give me Memphis.
What a run.
I know we got to get past FAU in game 1. And look, I mean, I'm not going to submit this for any money, so I'm not really too concerned. But if FAU does win that game, I think it'd be cool. And I'll represent against Purdue. But yeah, cannot wait for that opening game. Fully acknowledging the Owls' dangerousness.
Owls. All right.
Moving on to the Midwest. Houston, Northern Kentucky. I already bet Houston first half. They can't think about it as well. Need a number at least. I don't know if it's La Zone. Iowa, Auburn. This game in Birmingham.
We don't need to worry about Pearl and Birmingham. He's exiting round 1.
Isn't that some bull for Houston though?
I know, I agree, but don't worry, it'll all be moot. He's France taking care of business here, carrying the flag again for the Big Ten.
Oh my gosh.
I've got the Big Ten moving past round 1 across the board, and then no further.
Look, Iowa laid that egg against Richmond last year after that magical run. As much as France sucks sometimes. Iowa's adjusted offense, especially number 2. So yeah, sure, let's win a game. Auburn's defensive field goal percentage, 305th. Rebounding, 345th. 2 point percent defense, 311th. Yeah, I like this number 2 offense to take advantage of that. Give me Iowa.
Well, I'm going. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going Auburn. So one of us will have to be right there at least. And Houston escapes Northern Kentucky.
All right, this next pod can Miami Drake, IU, Kent State, and Albany.
Drake is trendy. That means I'm going the other direction. Miami, I got real Larinaga advancing here, despite the big man going down. I know they've got an injury there. Indiana, Kent State. I think Indiana squeaks by. Again, Kent State very trendy. I'm going the other direction. I think no upsets here in any of these in this 13-12, 13-4 or 12-5 matchup at all. Though I do think there'll be close games. There'll be good games, but they both squeak by. The higher seed squeak by. I got Miami making it through, and Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, that Miami line's down to 2.
Sneaky.
1.5 some places. That being said,
Kent State also, 4?
Kent State 4 some places.
Yep.
I got Drake -7.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm going Drake and DeVries squad here. Third guard heavy, not guard, smaller ball.
his son playing here, DeVries.
Tucker.
Yep.
Tucker looks like to be their best player per Torvik's adjusted Porpagatu ranking. I don't know what all that means, but it's a certain number. Edie's probably like a 9 on that scale. But Tucker, Roman Penn, good little squad there with Drake. They were not the regular season winner at Missouri Valley. That was Bradley. But like the Sun Belt, complete smoke there. Sun Belt.
The Bravos.
Sun Belt, if you know, it was Southern Miss. That was the Sun Belt regular season champion. 200-1 preseason. They got bounced by South Alabama in the quarters.
USA.
The 8 seed, like we thought they would. USA probably should have beat Louisiana in the final too, but then Bradley did escape the quarters but lost in the semis. Drake would beat him anyways. No, Bradley did get in the final. Drake did beat him. Thumped him. So we got Drake.
Yeah.
I have Kent State as well. Look, Kent is my team in the slow draft. I've been following this sincere carry team all year. I think they're awesome. And Indiana is one of the 3 teams this year that has pissed me off the most, but I thought they'd be really good, and they're not. And when I went to open up the Big Ten tournament for the Conference Tournaments Challenge, and I was hoping to see a number I liked on Indiana, and they were way down there. I was like, this team sucks. And now, sure enough, Miami 90, Indiana 79. Numbers don't lie.
Wow.
Give me Ken.
I wonder what the deal was with Miami.
I don't know.
Probably because they lost to Florida State. They probably lost to Florida. That's because they lost to Florida State.
Yeah, it looks like the field goal efficiency and free throw rates. And
Defensively, right? Not offensively. There.
3-point defense is awful lately. I think just teams have gotten hot. I think that's more of a luck metric.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah, Miami,
hot.
they're that's going to tell you all you need to know about the ACC. If they get at least the Sweet 16, some validation for them, but it'll be tough at the MVP arena in Albany, New York. I've got it all the Indiana and Miami.
Just I forgot to check this earlier too. Just letting you know, Dan. Oral Roberts, 11th in Ken Palm luck ranking.
Oh gosh, forget it then.
That might explain a little bit there for you.
See that's weird because I feel like they demolished pretty much everybody other than the Tommies.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know what all goes into it.
I don't either.
Presume it was basically teams that were In games they would have lost otherwise when they shot particularly well, or in games they did not shoot particularly well, teams shot worse. That's my baseline, what I would think for London.
I think it could be.
No,
Duke
they did.
52nd. Not a huge advantage there. Some of the unluckiest teams in the tournament: Creighton, Arkansas, Tennessee, UConn, and West Virginia.
Tony, I will get to it here soon, but that bottom right, I like the top 4 or 5 seeds in that one to get out of that. I don't know what the hell to do.
Let's speed through this. Let's get to that. Iowa State, Mississippi State, Xavier, Kenny State.
I got Iowa State.
I said Mississippi State. I didn't cross. I'm sorry, Dan.
That would be Pittsburgh, which I can't stand. They cannot. They kill me with it. People just refer to Pitt as Pittsburgh. Even the jerseys say Pitt now, and have for a while.
They just say a P at this point, actually. Last night said. So, Dan, we're in here. Iowa State.
Oh, yeah, they're winning. Yeah, Pitt's winning. Next question.
Ken, what do you got?
I got Iowa State pulling this one out. They're gross. I've got a heavy Big 12 bias here, you can tell. I've got all of them, I think, making it to – a ton of them making it out of each of the regions. And
yeah, look, I got –
what was that?
I don't know what's going on here, but I got Pitt at 21 spots behind Northern Kentucky.
Oh, my God. But
Math checks out.
Get them out.
Math checks out.
Get them out. Get them out.
I was loving it last night, but yeah, I got Iowa State moving on.
Can you imagine if Pitt plays Penn State in
This is why do you think they seeded it the way they did?
No, they did. You know why? Dan knows why. He's been following. He's had it. He's had
reading the tea leaves.
He's been smelling the rat poison here all along. He knows what's going on. I got Pitt out though. I got Iowa State and Xavier, the X-Men going up. Have we talked about this logo that the X-Men were using in MSG? I don't understand. It's bad. I've got, if I were a Penn State fan, which I'm not, I'd be excited about this matchup. Texas A&M, big inside. Penn State's fine. They got the shooters all around the perimeter. They won't go in there. They'll have their 6'2" guard go in there, play some booty ball, kick it out. We'll shoot right over them. If I was a Penn State fan, I'd say we. And I got Penn State advancing here. And I got Texas advancing as well.
Yeah, I have all Penn State, and then I have Texas over the Gators. Any Kenny State love? That's the question.
Amazing. I've heard a few people talk about it now, the turnaround the last couple of years with Kenny State. They are not getting their due. One of the inaugural auto fades here when betting became legal here in New Jersey 3-4 years ago.
Here we go.
Wow.
It says Kenny State on the second line. I got him. Look, I know the turnaround. I know all this stuff. This is I'm a year ahead of this.
The organic turnaround.
This is last year's. So last year I said Montana State. I went at him. Couldn't do it. Couldn't beat him. Kenny State, same thing this year. In the ASUN, I thought North Florida would get him. I thought Gulf Coast would get him. Even Stetson once. Liberty going there for the final didn't matter. They keep proving me freaking wrong. Xavier losing Zach Fremantle. Very do it all. Some second team All Big East like that. Fantastic player. They were fine, I guess, in the Big East. That DePaul game got a little weird. Pretty weird. It's the numbers here. Xavier 51, so that's not very strong. I mean, Kenny State 101. Awful. I'm just going to chalk this one up to Xavier not being being overseeded. Let's start there.
Yes, they are overseeded.
And
they're hit or miss. They could be amazing, and they could absolutely lay an egg.
That's pretty much what it is. I know the numbers say here, but I'm just gonna say this is one of those nights one out of 5 nights where the overseeded Xavier team is cold and the older veteran Kenny State team gets hot from 3 and wins the game. So Kenny State, as far as Texas Gators, bad matchup for the Gators. According to all the green here for Texas is red for the Gators, so that's not good. Colgate ranked ahead of Xavier, Auburn, Indiana, Miami. That's unlucky. Penn State, A&M. Who's ranked higher? A&M 27, Penn State 43. Doesn't matter. State, baby.
Oh, AY with the home
The sweep.
State,
Sweet.
baby. I still don't think Penn State is obviously a great. Yeah, we all know that. But A&M, I mean, what are we? A 2 seed in the SEC getting a 7 seed in the tournament. What does that say about the conference? What does that say about A&M? Maybe. Look, State, A&M. What does A&M not do well at all? Guard the 3-point line. What does the funky man do? Drain threes, baby. Let's get funky. PSU in a close one, because God forbid they blow somebody out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, magnetize the close game.
Booty ball.
But I'll tell you what. The fact that this is the old nightcap tomorrow.
Woohoo! It's a
Fired
night.
up.
It's I gotta wait all day for it.
Fired up.
Waiting all day for a tournament game.
Oh,
Waiting all day. For
actually, now that I say that, A&M's 3-point defense has been better of late.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter. Their defensive rebounding 308 versus Penn State's offensive rebounding. They're both gonna just look at the ball and hit the rim. It's gonna be great. But yeah, State and then Texas. Yeah, State, Texas, second round. And spoiler alert, not a good matchup for Penn State.
No.
Texas, I think Penn State runs out of gas in Des Moines on Saturday.
They could.
Texas
Weird things have happened though.
Door. Well, let's enjoy tomorrow first. So I got Houston, Iowa, Houston, Drake, Kent State, Drake, Iowa State, Kenny State, Iowa State, who I don't think is good again. Another Sweet 16. What's going on here? Penn State, Texas, and the matchup that I really want to see, Houston versus Texas.
I got that as well. They're going to be conference rivals for 1 year. They'll play conference slate next year for one year only. A little preview here. I've got that playing out as well. I got Miami taking down Indiana. No offense, Onions. Larinaga will give Houston a run, but Houston will prevail. I've got Iowa State beating Xavier. And then I think it'll be a nice matchup, nice Big 12 matchup here. Texas will make it through. And then I've got, Houston versus Texas here. We don't need to talk about Texas, Penn State.
All right.
And I got Houston making it through.
I was going to say, who do you got moving on? I have Houston as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got Houston. Oh, gosh, hiccups. Houston taking down Auburn. Indiana winning against Miami. Texas over Penn State as well. Pitt over Xavier. Houston over Indiana. And it looks like, that's Pitt over Texas into the Elite Eight. And that's right. To Houston we go. Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt.
I tried to do the Gottlieb straight face the whole time, but I couldn't.
Oh, man.
I couldn't make it all the way there. Let me just say this. On top of all the other things I've said. I picked Pitt every year to win it from 2002 to 2014 because they did not make it in 2015. I picked Wisconsin the first round in 2016. The butterfly effect I think that had on this basketball program, I've had to suffer with for the last 7 years. So I will try and course correct, and whether Capel goes to Georgetown or wherever, I don't know why I said Georgetown strangely, but
Georgetown.
I thought I was going to hiccup again. I'm trying to reset this. Whether we have to hire Danny Sprinkles from Montana State.
Oh, here we go.
Big Sky, like a la Ben Howland. So, whatever happens, I'm trying to say I'm doing my part to avoid the last 6 seasons or 6 years, seasons.
You are.
On to the West.
Let's go to the West. My, like I said, this is.
Can we compare the Midwest versus the West? Because I think it's not even close. Like this Midwest, I had 2 teams in the top 23.
Right. Yeah. It is weird.
Texas, Houston, and then it was Drake next. Now the West, you go, it's like, what?
There are a million good teams here.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Kansas, Howard. Only note here is I have Kansas not minus 22 like Vegas does, but minus 8.
Ooh, the buys.
There's no way. This team's at the MEAC.
You just can't bet on the MEAC.
Absolutely not. MEAC. There's a few teams I don't bet on, and I try not to.
I guess Norfolk State would like a word with me on that, but
Norfolk State is my MEAC team in the slow draft, so I'm familiar with Howard. The SWAC is dangerous. You saw what Texas Southern. Texas Southern, by the way, they lost to FDU, was the 8th seed in the SWAC.
Yeah.
And they were a 2-point dog in the first round against the 1 seed of Alcorn State. That's
Alkies.
That's how bad that conference was.
The Alkies.
Southland's dangerous too. Corpus Christi and Ohio Valley, which SEMO came from, also bad. And one more, the NEC is ass, but FDU is nice tonight. Anyways, yeah, Kansas big. Probably the most annoying game of the first round.
Dude, this is weird. Two talented teams, 2 woefully underperforming teams.
It's incredible. They're
both gross. They're both gross.
If we saw these teams back in October, you thought this could be a Final Four game for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Both of them disgusting.
For me, this is easy. I'm going to Arkansas. I can't pick a team that lost to Penn State 3 times. Sorry.
Your head was in the toilet.
Your head's disgusted. Your head was in the toilet.
Can't do it.
I'm sticking true to my word. I've got, I think, every Big Ten team winning 1 game and being out. So.
I did take Arkansas. I had an overwhelming majority of Big Ten teams also.
Yeah, I've got every Big Ten team winning a game, aside from Rutgers against.
They weren't in your NIT bracket. You took
Hofstra. Except for Hofstra.
Hometown Hofstra.
Exactly. I got Illinois moving on here. Penn State strength of schedule. I could see either one of these teams, Arkansas or Illinois, beating Kansas, which is the funny thing. But I've got Kansas moving on from Illinois as well.
I can see either one of these teams beating anybody.
Yeah. In the self, this is the self, a conflicted self. You are conflicted. Your self is conflicted.
Like it also see them
self-conflicted,
like lining up against, someone like Louisiana and losing that by 12. Maybe not. But Dan, who you going to Illinois?
I'm going Pigs.
Pigs, we're Pigs.
Yep.
Two pigs, 1 can.
You guys are going with Kansas or our Kansas.
Our
Kansas versus Kansas.
Yeah, I have all chalk all the way down to the bottom. I'll skip.
I got St. Mary's.
You're going St. Mary's here in the body clock game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
But it is on Friday. So
that UConn Iona game is exciting. Hurley against Patina. That should be some fun.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
TCU against ASU or Nevada. I've said before, I love TCU. I love Jamie.
Well, considering ASU,
it's going to be Arizona State.
19 right now.
Yeah.
Funny note on TCU. I saw when the John Hughley transfer was announced.
Whoa, we lost you.
Well, that was a weird sound, wasn't it?
That was weird. We lost
autoplay. You guys could hear that?
I could hear. Yeah, that was weird.
It sounded like you're an astronaut and you took off your helmet and decompressed.
Oh, I thought it was an ad that just played in the.
No, it went and then you cut out.
Oh, okay. So did you hear what I said about the Hughley for Lampkin 1-for-1 trade?
No, we did not.
TCU, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That's a weird story that he just lost his wits. It seems
The lamp.
they advance. They'll get by. They'll get by Hurley.
You got the Zags moving on. The West, like I said, every Big Ten team gets a game, and then they're done. And
important note on Grand Canyon, though, per Todd Wishnev of Showtime's action docuseries in the Beating the Book podcast, Grand Canyon makes 95% of their threes, which means he had some.
That's pretty good.
In-game unders and first-half unders.
Is Grand Canyon also the one school that is for profit here in the bracket? I think they're a for-profit.
They may be the only for-profit institution. Yeah,
I think they are a for-profit university. One of the few that plays athletics.
I can see why he said that because GCU, the 5 seed in the WAC this year, which, for my money, the most underrated conference in America.
Wow.
I think that's a good point. Yeah,
that conference with Tar Valley, Sam Houston State, Tarleton was a 7 seed at that conference. Tarleton's awesome. Utah Tech,
formerly Dixie State,
formerly Winn-Dixie State,
Southern Utah. GCU ran through the WAC tournament because they were just fire station hot on three. But yeah, the Lopes were on fire. They lost their best player this year, Blackshear. That's
crazy.
Blackshear's not the guy from Virginia Tech, is he?
This is the second most intriguing.
I don't know which Blackshear was. But their best player this year was a transfer from Presbyterian.
The hose. This is my most second most interesting sliver for you because I was wondering how far you'd have Penn State going. Obviously, number one and number two.
The Blackshear from
Zags.
Virginia Tech left in 2019, so he hasn't played college basketball in 4 years.
And went to Florida after.
Yeah. Or no, I think he went from Florida to Virginia Tech.
I mean,
no, you're right. He did go to Florida. Never mind.
You never know with COVID injuries, but yeah. Dan, you were saying about Zach.
What were you saying? Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm saying this is my most interesting sliver of the bracket because I want to hear how far Ken has his darling Zags going.
Yeah. I've gone back and forth. I originally had Jamie beating the Zags here. I think I'm going to change back to the Zags here. I told you I've gone back and forth. I'm going to take the Zags here to make a little bit of a run here. I don't like Clark being out for UCLA, so I've got the Zags beating them also. And then I'm going to take the Zags to make it all the way. I got them beating Kansas in the Elite Eight.
Fun fact, I believe the last time Mark Few and Jamie Dixon squared off, the game did not end because it was played in Germany, I believe, and there was perspiration on the floor or moisture on the floor.
At the airbase. The airbase doesn't go well.
Yeah.
The airbase.
Yeah. That actually was in Japan, I think. I think it was in Japan.
Might have been in Japan, yeah.
Can't trust those Japanese.
I'm on the record now. I told you, I've been all over the place with this region. So I could see UConn making it out. I can see anybody making it out here, honestly. TCU, I contemplated TCU getting to Kansas and then Kansas moving on. I love everybody in this region, honestly. A group of hell for Can here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing it safe, I suppose, as safe as you can. I've got AY, did you finish your bottom section there?
I'm still on VCU St. Mary's. I was just gonna let you guys. I was just letting you guys go. No, you guys Ken started and he was just on one. I was like, go for it.
Well, I said I have no upsets the whole way down.
Oh, that's true. And then that led Ken into I think there's something to point out here. St. Mary's -4.5 against VCU. I got VCU -7. Baldwin's nice, but I don't know if VCU's that nice. The clash of styles here, I kind of think if VCU can get this into like a street fight, which St. Mary's wants to slow it down, but if they slow it down to the point where it gets physical, I think they're just going to St. Mary's going to roll over. I think St. Mary's the metrics have loved them all year. They're starting to cool.
They've for years. Just to add on to that.
That's true. That's true. I remember last year they were 4th or 5th.
I had freaking Calvin Hermanson, that Dorcas with the headband, like 7 years ago to beat. I think they played Arizona in the second round one year. They got dusted. Yeah,
Well,
I took the bait on that.
And this is why I bring this up because 2 weeks ago St. Mary's was top 10, and the recency and the full year, and now I'm looking after the recent run. Recency, mind you, I always said metrics always love St. Mary's. 97 right now.
Well,
If the metrics jump off, then you're freaking guaranteeing I'm jumping off.
that's a problem. Yeah.
Give me VCU. UConn Iona, awesome matchup here. I think UConn is awesome. I think actually maybe that 3 they missed against Marquette is good. Kind of give them time to rest. Just a little pressure off them. They're still 4 seed in 10th region, so not really much pressure. But give me UConn over Iona. Who Iona pretty good. I think they're underseeded here. A little, 13 still fine for a game. TCU, Arizona State. Let's go up at 23 right now. TCU, when healthy, TCU.
It's very nice.
Out of the hiccups now. Zaga, Grand Canyon. Zaga. Northwestern, Boise State. That is a pick 'em. So I'm just going to take Boise because I'm Mr. Mountain West. And
They're already in the hole.
UCLA versus Asheville. UCLA. I know they had the Clark thing. When that broke pre-conference tournament, that was big. And I thought it was just going to be for the conference tournament, but now it's the season, and that is bigger. So, yeah. I actually have Boise State over UCLA. I think Boise State is the type of team with their guards.
It's upset you may have ever picked.
I don't trust Boise State to do really anything, but in a one-game setting. I know I'm banking on it. One game against Northwestern and then one game again against UCLA. So that's like a mini run. But I think this team is definitely talented enough to pull off the one-game stunner against a hot-boiled UCLA team. At TCU Gonzaga, again, 6 months ago, this could be a Final Four game. Gonzaga, a team that I was down on to begin the year. Torvik loved them. The public AP loved them. They scuffled, came back down to the light. They were 4-3 at one point. They found some late season form. I don't know if I totally buy it yet, but I'm buying in because I think it for them. So give me Gonzaga over TCU, UConn, VCU, and Con is awesome. Arkansas, Kansas. Arkansas is awesome. How many top picks? 2 or 3. Nick Smith. No, sorry. Kansas, UConn. I think Kansas is vulnerable. Give me Con. Gonzaga, Boise. Give me Gonzaga. And in the Elite 8, UConn, Gonzaga. The number 1 and number 2 ranked team in my model. I hope this game happens. I am going with, doesn't matter. For the sake of this, we'll go with, Gonzaga's 1, so I guess we'll go with Gonzaga.
All right.
I've got Gonzaga making it out also here.
Oh, there it is.
I've got Gonzaga beating UCLA. I've got Kansas beating UConn.
This Gonzaga team isn't nearly as good as the last few, but maybe
It's not. It is
but
not.
maybe it doesn't always make sense that way. So maybe this team will be fine, right?
Right, exactly. Kansas over Arkansas, Con over Mary's, Zag over Jamie, UCLA over the Northwestern. Sorry, UCLA over Zags, Con over Kansas. I finally break the chalk streak, and UCLA into the Final Four for another.
You like him still without Clark. The Clark injury just scares me.
I'm zagging a little bit is all I'm saying. I was a little bit surprised how they played in the Pac-12 tournament. I guess small sample size, so to speak, but they were right there at the end against Arizona. Obviously, probably, I don't know. I wouldn't go strong to say they deserved to win, but
No, they did.
impressed that they were positioned. You think they deserved to win that game?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So That's it. That's what I'm basing off of. But
Arizona didn't lead that game until what, like 2.5 minutes left?
Of the top, the top 4 seeds in this, I would say UCLA is probably going to be picked the least to come out of it. If people that actually know what the hell they're doing are doing, which you could be argued since I picked Pitt to go to the Final Four. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but no, I think if I had to guess, that would be the least picked team of the top 4.
I don't.
I have to fire up a holy track pool.
You did add the caveat up to what I know they're doing because the thing, like, the guy at work today just fell up. He said, "Yeah, I don't know anything." He fell back in 2 minutes. Like, he he has no clue.
Yeah.
Maybe we're putting too much stock in the Clark thing. I mean, Ben Howland used to be Rick Barnes. Maybe he'll get back to this year. I don't know. All right, Ken, who's your Final Four? Who you got?
I've got the 3 1s and then Gonzaga. So I've got Purdue, Houston, Purdue versus Alabama. I've got Alabama making it out there, and I've got Houston beating Gonzaga, and I've got Houston taking it home against Alabama in a rematch. This is all, of course, provided if Sasser is out there. Big caveat, no, but I do think he will be out there. I like Houston here.
Wouldn't that be something for Jim Nance's Final Four?
Wow, it's his final four. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And he's a Houston alum. It's in Houston. Woo.
Maybe a little too on the nose. So I've got Bama defeating Duke. That'll be.
I'm not even
But
gonna
yeah,
watch
Bama over Duke. I don't know what
gonna
else to say about that. And then Pitt over UCLA, of course. Panthers cut down the nets. Finally, in 20 years, I've been waiting. They do it over Alabama. And I've got the total combined final score 199.
199.
I couldn't keep the straight face. I've been prepping myself for the last couple days. I couldn't keep the Gottlieb straight face.
I love that Pitt's back in the tournament.
Oh yeah, this will be it. This will be it. Every year they're in it.
Oh my goodness.
You do it. You do it every time.
Except for 1 year, and then they went complete tank for an extended period. But I feel all right about the other ones. I would say of the other 3, of course, I'm most confident in Pitt getting there. I would say probably Alabama's next confident. And then Duke and UCLA, I would say Flyers because they've got a minefield. I don't know. Who's UCLA playing round 1 again? Oh, the Asheville? Okay, so that. But Duke, obviously, with the minefield every step of the way, it seems. Unless something really crazy like Montana State makes it to the Elite Eight or something. And we've already beat the West to death along with everyone else.
All right, bring us home. Zona, Memphis. I got Memphis moving on. Houston, Gonzaga. I have Gonzaga. Yeah, Memphis, Gonzaga.
Wow.
We got the Zags. When you said low 2 on the nose there, Ken, I thought of Nance being there for all 24 years of this Gonzaga run and signing off with a Cinderella. Some kind of they finally beat midnight or some kind of he'll have something cooked up, you know that.
Oh, he's already got it cooked up.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got it cooked up. So yeah,
He doesn't rehearse it though.
I put Gonzaga as UConn in the Final Four championship and champion because those two are so close to me. But
Memphis to the title game though.
Yeah, a 2-point favorite round 1 too, so that could.
They played. Did they already play this year, or was that recent years? Let's see.
Memphis.
Oh, they played in the tournament last year, right? Sorry. Close game, second round.
It was. And then Arkansas took out Gonzaga. Yeah, I didn't really like Memphis at all much this year, but the numbers like him, so that's what we're gonna go
Yep.
with.
Nikhil O'Neal's entry in my pool, not my pool, but a pool that I invited him to. Nikhil O'Neal. I like it.
Who do you pick?
For Nikhil Harry.
For Nikhil Harry. Nikhil, like Shaquille O'Neal, but Nikhil O'Neal.
Who's his champion?
I don't know. It is not
LSU
revealed
not
yet.
the field.
It's not revealed yet.
Okay.
All right.
There we have
All
it.
right.
Long one, an hour and a half, 90-minute tonight.
That's standard.
With the Oscars, that was a pretty efficient.
For-
We left the Oscars right at the 15-minute mark. I was impressed by that.
I feel like for bracket talk, yeah, that's pretty good. Fired up. Yeah. Check out the account for some AYT if you want to fade or back, whatever you want to do. A reference point to either one. Biggest discrepancy again was Kentucky minus 16, Tar State minus 10, and Kansas minus 8. But I don't advise backing Howard. Going
All right.
first half tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes.
All
Here
right.
we go.
All right. Cam's gonna get to bed. He's got a big day tomorrow. Big night tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep.
We will see. What?
Friday at 3:10. Who's counting?
3:10 on True TV.
Love it.
They have it.
Nikhil invited me to a pool. RU NIT Champs 2023 is the pool name.
That's already need some rebrand.
Incorrect.
Still time to rebrand. Yeah.
Still time because people probably don't know what started yet. All right, everyone. Thank you. We'll be back at some point, but this one's always so much fun. For me, everybody from Utah, Captain Blue Shirt, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to my west, Seaburg,
Right, all.
and to my east, soon to be my southeast, Cam.
Great to be part of the fun this year.
Indeed. Thank you for listening. We will see you. See you. Enjoy March. Have a good one.